Hello, everyone. This is Hendrix from Starseed Talk. Today, we're interviewing Sara from South California.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm good.
Well, I'm Sara from Southern California. I am a second wave starseed. Um, Found out, you know what, my whole life I've known that there was something different. And so everything that's happened in the last few years in the, enlightened community is familiar to me. It's finally something that I can fit in. I feel like my whole life, it's like, you're just kind of observing. And I guess that's a quality trait in a second waiver is the observation. You're here just kind of taking it all in, trying to figure out like where you fit as far as your life mission here. And so I think that that's becoming much more clearer for me lately. So that's been super exciting.
It sounds amazing. Do you know when you were awakened and what star system or race you resonate with?
Like I said, I've always kind of known, but I think 2012 was a big year for me, as it was for many of us. Um, 2012 was kind of like a beginning of like a decline in my personal life. There was a lot of things that happened, just in my profession, at home, in my marriage, just things were not okay, and they just got progressively worse to the point where, you've heard of that dark night of the soul experience where it's just a very dark pit of existence where you're extremely depressed. You question your life. Why are you here? Why is the suffering just not stopping? And so about 2014, 2015, I just, had to pick myself up from that dark place. And things started to fall into place as far as why things had happened in my life in the way that they did. And now I'm clear in my mission. And, it's been a crazy ride, but I have that determination that I am on my path. And it's, like I said, it's just been exciting.
What is your mission? What is your directive?
So, it's funny. 3 years ago today, I had a session with Alba Weinman, who is a hypnotherapist. And so she took me through several past lives. Um, and through one of them, I had an in between life experience with my counsel. And I was dead set that I was not going to come back to reincarnate and live another life on earth. I was just tired of it. I was done. And so, it's funny, one of your sessions, I think it was the last one you did with Pompey, where you guys were talking about seeing on the screen just these the visions of like, okay, this is what's going to happen, and you can pick which lifetime you're going to go into. And that's exactly what happened with me. And after that session, after going in there determined totally that I was not going to come back, I agreed to reincarnate another time. And this is where I am now. And so during that session with Alba Weinman and guiding me through that experience with my counsel, with my soul family, I knew that I had to come back because I am a connector and I am a door opener. And what that means is that I basically connect people and open the doors to where they need to go in their life to fulfill their missions. So my metaphor for that was this long hallway with several doors on all the sides. And everybody that I come into contact with in my life now, whether they are just casual friends, coworkers, family members, whoever, I am supposed to help them realize their mission and choose to go through that door. I'm basically, if you're a Game of Thrones person, I'm like Hodor, a spiritual Hodor. So it's
Oh,
kind of
that makes
funny
sense.
just realizing that. And it's so weird, just like all the visions and just things that have come since that session 3 years ago. It's been a funny ride. And there are days when you question yourself, like, what the heck, is this worth it? I'm so sick of it. I want to go home. But, you know, in
You
between
found a
those
lot lately.
times, yeah, for sure. And I resonate a lot with what you say in your other sessions with people, because I relate. You get so tired of it, and it's like frustrating, just
Burnt
everything that's
out. Yeah.
completely burned out.
Yeah.
And the interdimensional travel now, when I'm asleep, when I go to bed at night, it's immediate. It's like I close my eyes and I'm there. I'm somewhere else. And you
Silly
know
me.
yeah, and you
I can
wake
lay on
up.
my couch, close my eyes, and I'm in another dimension. I'm like, holy, and then I feel my cat's walking on this body.
Exactly. My husband is like, how do you just fall asleep immediately?
Oh, I can
I'm
do it with command instantly now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I can close my
too.
eyes and mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm asleep before my head hits the
It
pillow. I
took me
am
a
out.
while to get there though, before I used to have to take sleeping pills and Seroquel for. This is before I was awakened,
Yeah.
and then when I became awakened, I learned. I taught. This is people. This is a learning lesson for people that can't sleep. The reason why you can't sleep is your mind is racing so much. You need to
Sure.
calm your mind with meditation.
Mhm.
Practice this, like clear the thoughts out to there's no thoughts, and then you'll have
Mhm.
the best sleep of your life. Once you learn that, it'll be easier to get to that session, that point
Mhm.
in your mind
Mhm.
without meditation, and you'll
Right.
just be able to sleep on command. And I have to back up for a second to about where you didn't want to say you didn't want to incarnate here again. I got really low a while back where I became suicidal because I didn't want to be here anymore.
Right.
And I wrote it all off. I'm like, set it in my head, and I said, I'm done. I'm gonna leave a note. I'm gonna kill myself. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't
Mhm.
want to help these humans. I'm going home.
Right.
Then I was taken off world because they knew I was gonna do it, right? And
Right.
they took me off world, and they gave me a stern message. They're like, if you kill yourself, you're gonna have to reincarnate and do it all over again.
Yeah.
So you're here at 31. You got I think it's 60 more years to go here. So
Oh
I
my
call it a
God.
91-year tour, and
Mhm.
you're already like one third the way there. Don't kill yourself and have to restart all over again and do it all over again. So
Yeah.
that made me really shape up, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to come back here again. But then again, I'm 33 now, so that was 2 years ago. Now I've grown compassion to the point where I'm driving around on my motorcycle or car or going for nature walks, or like I'm starting to enjoy it here, because that
Mhm.
also that message was enjoy it, enjoy the beauty here, because
Yeah.
you're gonna miss it one day when you're not here. So live in the
Mhm.
moment, be present, and
Yeah.
find the little things that you enjoy about third dimension. Because now there's a lot of things I would miss from here.
Yeah, exactly. Same with me. I had to learn to accept my mission. I mean, it's like, any soldier going out to, their mission. You know what you have to do, and sometimes it's not a pleasant experience, but in between those moments, you have to enjoy it. And I think I'm in that place now where I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where I was in a toxic relationship, and I shedded. That was the last human I'll ever date. So I shedded that complete low dimensional thinking and way of life and
Right.
energy in my lifetime. So now
Yeah.
I'm so much more happy, so much more positive, so much more calmer. I'm going out nature walks, things I would never even do before. It
Right.
like such compassion for life, like getting mad at humans for pouring water on ants because they want to drown. I'm like, because I respect
Yeah.
all life, right? Before
Yeah,
I'd be the
exactly.
guy that would kill spiders or I'd kill flies. Bees. Now I help them out of the house, like because like
Oh
I
yeah.
know they're just
So do
I know
I.
I know they're just trying to enjoy their incarnation. It's not my job to kill them. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I'm like the nature lady, I'm like I
oh,
have
you get
so
to
much
respect all
respect.
life. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's been really,
That's also growing the heart though, right? That's what humans
yes,
have to do. Humans have to
correct.
grow their heart. Humans don't need to change, they need to evolve, right? And if they evolve the
Mhm.
heart to a compassion, then that's how they'll treat everyone, not just nature but the whole world. And that's what the reality will become like, right? Because most like that girl that I had on episode 10 where she's from a higher dimensional plane existence, the elf realms, they respect all life. They don't even use the word pets or cages or nothing. Everything's free to
Right.
do what they want. They just all
Right.
friends. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So that's a really good tip for everybody, is just let the compassion start with, something small before you can work on people. People, I think, are the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
It's and that can be difficult sometimes, just having those personal relationships with other human beings, because their mission is different, and you have to respect that. But it can be hard sometimes, especially in relationships. I can't even imagine. But if you just don't resonate with
Dating humans
somebody,
is so hard.
I bet, so
Is your husband
I
a Starseed?
I don't know. I know that we have incarnated several times together. And
Mm-hmm.
so I know why we're here together now is to work some, ongoing karma with each other. And so we're working on that. I think we're getting there.
That was my past relationship. We were together in a past life, a few past lives together, and
Yeah.
also together in parallel realities.
Hmm.
And it was it was done. The relationship was done, but friendship will always be there till the day I die. Like I will
Yeah.
always be friends with that girl until the day I die, because
Hmm.
we never got along on a relationship level, just because our spiritual, evolution is so vast. Like
Right.
it's too hard to cohabitate together. But friendship level, I'll be friends with her in any incarnation, any day of the week.
Yeah. And that's a cool thing about, your soul family is that, you know, you have to just respect their free will, because that is something that we do come here with, is the free will. And it's tough when you have a karmic duty or end to take care of, and that's not going to happen. And it's like, dang it, you have to come back.
Yeah, yeah. No, my one of my karmic, a lot of my karmic that I'm here is because my past are, I think it was two past lifetimes ago, where I was
Hmm.
here with my twin flame, and she ascended, but I didn't because I had too much karmic reaction with just personal ascension problems. What one of the things was letting others in to love me and then loving them back. Like I've my whole life in this lifetime, like especially with family or parents, I never
Hmm.
let them in because I know they're just my earth family. I'm not really attached to them because I know eventually one day I'm not going to be here with them anymore.
Right.
So I know that that was when my Senate, my spirit guide, they told me that I need to work on letting others in my love chakras and opening that up, because that's what's really holding me back from ascending is acceptance. So
Right.
and
Yeah.
another thing
That.
was forgiveness. I figured out forgiveness last
Uh,
year. Yeah.
that's a hard one.
Yeah. Well, actually, my last relationship, she was a soulmate of mine, but like I told you, we were together in a past life. But she taught me forgiveness in this lifetime. That was her only mission to date me, was to teach me that. So
Right. And what's interesting is when I talk to people, the thing is, like, another thing that I found out through my session was that I need to listen. And I have a really hard time listening with my physical ears here, because I'm so busy listening internally. And usually when I meet people or talk to somebody, I can already see their current life, their past life, their mission, things like that, just intuitively. So it makes it really difficult to listen, like, physically with my ears. I forget. I'm very forgetful. Sometimes it's hard to communicate. I can't
I
find
have
the
the same
words,
problems.
because in my mind, I've already processed it, talked about it, discussed it, and it's hard. It's
Yeah,
so
no,
bizarre.
you and me are so similar on that subject. Like when I talk to
Yeah.
someone, I completely zone out, and it's also because
Yeah.
I'm not interest. I already predicted what they're going to say their entire
Hmm.
lifetime, what probability future outcomes they're going to have just on their personality energies,
Yeah.
and then also lately I've been having this where images. I'll look at someone and
Hmm.
images of what they're going to look like when they're older will flash in my mind. Like I'll see
Right.
future references of themselves, and like, oh, you're going to look really bad when you're old. Like I can see like it's like, oh, you're so pretty now, but you're gonna age really bad. It's
yeah.
weird. I get these images in my head all the time of what they look like.
I get that too. And it's like
I think you're
it
cross
make
referencing like future versions of themselves, because
yeah.
you're also predicting their future outcomes. Like I can talk to a human being and they'll tell me their life problem, and I'll predict it before they even finish the conversation of what they're gonna
Right.
say. And they're like, "How did
Yes.
you know that?" I'm like, "Because it's so it's draconians mix their conscious with AI, so it's so easy for predictability of outcomes of probabilities based on numbers. Like so,
Yeah, of
humans
course.
are so predictable."
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. I totally relate to that for
That's why
sure.
that's why they also get boring. That's why I get bored and I don't
Yes.
get if I'm bored, I'm not interested and I don't pay attention.
Yes, exactly. I'm the same way. It does get boring, but with that, it's like, okay, this is where I need to learn that compassion and be patient. Oh, look at that kitty.
Yeah, this is one of 5. I might have
Oh
a
my
6th one
God.
coming here soon.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
I
I
work
know.
at a volunteer animal shelter, so
Oh, fun.
yeah.
That's really cool. I wish I could have a lot of dogs. I have one who's here next to
Don't let
me.
your spouse stop you.
No,
Just
no,
get
no,
it
no.
done.
We want some more. It's just
Oh, you like
just the
it.
space that we have. And
Yeah, I
and my
got a
dog
big
now
condo,
is
so
cool. Yeah.
yeah. I met another one the other day. She was just a new intern. Nobody wants her. She's about 1 years old, but her energy is so like I put my hand on her and I could feel her.
Mm.
Her energy is so frightened. Like she's so scared because she's never been loved. But she's such a
Aw.
good soul, good-hearted soul, like just an angel inside a cat body. And I was like, I want her.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I know we've had our cat for 13 years, and she's the best. I mean, it's
Oh,
like we
cats
have
are
this
amazing.
telepathic communication. So
Oh, and
it's
also
hmm
empathic. Like
yeah,
with me and my cats,
absolutely.
they are so empathic with me. They know if I'm
Yeah.
having a bad,
Oh
draconian,
yeah.
negative day, they'll jump
Mhm.
on my energy and instantly detox all of it. I'm instantly. That's why I come home. I feel so at peace. I can't even travel longer than 2 or 3 days because I'm like, oh my god, my cats. Like I need them. Like
Yes.
they need me. Because like as
Yes.
soon as I'm home, I feel no anxiety, no
Mm.
negativity. They're detoxing me. Intuitive with me at all times, and they know exactly what I feel and want.
Yeah. Exactly. I know what you mean.
They're
And
more
that's a cool
spiritual
thing.
evolved than most humans.
Yes. I mean, I don't get it. It I hate, reading, abuse of animals or
Oh, I
just any of
absolutely
that. That
no
bothers me
tolerance.
so much. It's like, why are
Zero
you even
tolerance for that shit.
posting that?
Zero
Uh,
tolerance to that shit.
drives me crazy.
Those are
Yeah.
people that would take a gun and shoot any day of the week and they sleep like a baby right after.
Yeah, there's no excuse. They're innocent.
With any being, like I even called draconians and reptilians out on this shit. If you have the ability to abuse a lower dimensional being and
Yeah.
have the chance to defend itself, and what does that make you? A
Yeah.
fucking reject pussy that you're picking
Yeah,
on
of
such a lower.
course.
Pick on someone your own equal size, then you have respect and honor. That's why
Yeah, and
draconians have such a huge problem with reptilians, is because reptilians do it all the fucking time.
there's a lot of them I feel and out
They're
in
against everyone. It's retarded.
yes, and that they are everywhere, and that's really tough to see because you intuitively know when you're faced with that type of individual, and that's really tough.
Mm, mm. So do you know when you go off world, what aliens do you usually see?
So I don't really see them. When I go off world, I do more healing stuff for this planet than I'm really doing anywhere else. However, I did have one experience where when I woke up, that's a tough thing, is that my memory is really bad. Once I am back, it does take me a minute to reintegrate myself into my physical body. I can hear my alarm going off in the morning and I'm like, hang on a second, I'm not fully present yet.
That's
And
amazing.
so usually, uh, there was one instance where all I remember was thinking, you're a princess of Merope, which is one of the I think it's a star in the Pleiades constellation. So that was the message I got. You're a princess of Merope. So I don't know what that means. Do you have any idea?
I have a lot of Pleiadian friends, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know about that. I know it's one of the seven stars in the Pleiades, Merope. So that's about all I
Yeah, I have a
remember.
Pleiadian friend. He was actually the first video we did on the show.
Uh,
Yeah, named Rene, and he's 21 years old. And he's fully awake, and that guy schools me all the time. I love
yes,
it.
he's my son's age, and I'm like, holy crap, that's
Yeah, and he talks
amazing.
about how his human parents he's like his human parents caught him doing one of our we used to do Instagram live shows all the time before we did Starseed Talk, and
Yeah,
they'd actually kick him off his phone and make him like not do shows anymore
Oh
because
my God.
they're so scared of people finding out their son's a Starseed. I'm like, hey man, let your sons
What?
shine bright. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, for
he's gonna
sure.
teach you. Like Starseeds come to a point when they're waking up that they surpass their human parents like this, and their
Yeah.
human parents get so intimidated and so scared. Like, why is my son so smart, so smarter than us, and so much more spiritual evolved? It's like it's a good thing. He free will chose to be incarnated in your family, so just enjoy it, learn from him.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I love like talking to Oksana. You know, her and I speak all the time. And so, you know, when she was on your session with your daughter, with her daughter, Marina, and she's so awake and all her children are, it's amazing.
Oh, her children. Okay, it broke my heart when her little daughter was talking about how the reptilians invade their elf planet, and I'll just like
Yeah.
I wanted to say to her, but maybe she listens to this, like I will be there any day of the week with you guys, my draconian body, and I'll help defend your world. Like I draconians, they're like the original dragon draconians were actually peaceful beings for the
Yeah.
millions and billions of years, and then out of nowhere, this is history 101, people can learn this, reptilians just come out of nowhere and start invading planets after planets. Draconians were there since the beginning to protect all these planets, so they're just overwhelmed by all these reptilians, and they're getting, they could easily fight against the reptilians and be par and par, but there's just so many of them. It's just like the big horde, and
Yeah.
draconians are being taken over, being infected with the AI negative ways, and being taken and then switched over to the dark side type thing. And there's like, I'm a good draconian, I'll fight back all the time, but
Mm.
it's like, God, like just the very, like I can't even comprehend, like why would a negative being need to even attack a positive being and trick them to coming in here so they can overtake their elf realms? Like that's just, they're all about dominancy. That's all they are. But I've also been in incarnations with them just to understand them. That's just who they are. That they, in their
Hmm.
perception of their mind, that's just what they are and what they do. Like in their mind, that's just, they're just being themselves.
That's
So
true.
it's not so it's, I can't really get mad at them because they're just being reptilian, and that's just who they are. They're just a dominant species.
True.
That's just all their
That,
brain chemistry is. So but there's a lot of good reptilians too that are against it. A lot of them. So just like humans are like, oh, negative, like bad draconians, reptilians, like there's more bad humans than there are, reptilians and draconians combined. So relax. There's good and bad
true.
in all races. I've seen bad Pleiadians. I've seen negative Pleiadians where they look like
Hmm.
darker versions of themselves. They're just like warped out of their mind.
Right. Yeah, I do remember, I know that I also had a Lemurian experience, and so that kind of comes to my memory every now and then. And so I remember that there was a lot of fighting as well, a lot of battles. And so I don't know if that shifts in and out of my consciousness every now and then. So I
In
know I have
Lemuria, you said, or
experience. Yeah,
on Earth?
Lemuria. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lemuria.
yeah. So let's do some history for people that are watching this because I was taught this off world.
Yeah,
Lemuria it was a civilization on Earth. Was it also, I can't remember if it was the same time Atlantis was there.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so but Lemurians, they look, because I met one in real life, they look like the Avatar beings in the movie Avatar, but they're
Hmm.
telepathic.
Yeah.
And Atlantis beings were like Nordic looking beings. And then
Yeah.
you had the reptilians that lived in inner Earth. So it was like three fractions on Earth at the time. And
Right.
then with the Lemurian and Atlantean wars and the Reptilian wars, uh, Atlantis pretty much was destroyed. And
Yeah.
then Lemuria was kind of taken over by reptilians. But then there was a huge peace treaty because the Lemurians got super smart and they started wiping out the food source of the reptilians, which at the time were dinosaurs. That's what dinosaurs were. Dinosaurs were actually taken here as genetic
Mhm.
beings and used as surface cow races and used as a food source. And they almost starved the reptilians to death by killing off the dinosaurs. But then they made a
Yeah.
peace treaty and they all created Homo sapiens as the great experiments for a food source, slave force, sex force, and also to eventually beat the reptilians. It was really like a big game they were going to do. So
Yeah. That's super interesting.
yeah, that's that
So
hidden history. So
it is, and I don't have anybody to talk to that stuff about. So
you can call me any time of the week.
I
I'm all
know.
ears. We can have a real conversation.
I
See,
know.
here's proof right here for humans that are watching this show. You and me have never met. You and me
Right.
can talk about anything to Starseed, and we believe each other 100% because we know who we are. Like I know who
Hmm.
you are, and I know what you are all about, and you know what I'm all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's funny because when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, I remember watching, I don't know if you've watched this movie. It's the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeves, the old one from like the 70s.
Maybe I'm a big Superman guy, so
Yeah,
just
me
one of
neither.
those.
But if you watch that one, they had a scene in the beginning where they were like in this crystal planet, like a crystal ice planet. And I remember at 3 years old thinking, "Oh my God, that's home. That's where I came from."
Oh, the crystal planet. That's what Rini talks about in episode one, where he's a Pleiadian and he talks about
Hmm.
the crystal planets. The buildings are built out of crystals on these higher
Yes,
dimensions. Yeah.
exactly. So I remember that impacted me so much as a little kid. I mean, I was 3 years old, and I remember that.
So you must be a Pleiadian that incarnated as a human.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
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 So, I look up at the sky at night and I'm like, God, when?
Oh, see, right there, what you just
Right.
said is what every
Yeah.
starseed feels as a child. We always
Yeah.
look at the stars and we're obsessed with sci-fi because it's about stars and makes us
Yes.
most feel at home. It's more familiar to
Correct.
us. That's
Yeah,
why
for
they
sure.
also use star seeds in the secret space programs, is because
Mm-hmm.
it's so much easier to train us for space battles because we're used to it. We're just familiar with it. They just
Yeah.
unlock our memories from the past.
Yeah, I know. And I love watching Star Wars and Star Trek movies.
Oh, I love it. But like the Star Trek is really accurate, very
Yes.
accurate. And I heard Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars is an imitation of the Orion Wars.
Ah, okay. Well, I've always been a big fan of it, and it's weird. Just all sci-fi. I'm like, I can relate to it, and I'm like, oh, there's some disclosure of the truth in these
They're
movies.
in all those movies. Most of the battleships in Star Wars are secret space program ships.
Yeah. So, I can't wait until they disclose all those things here
Well, that's why they
because
announced
they already
Space
have
Force.
them.
Yeah, they announced Space Force in America. And
Uh-huh.
I used to listen to George Norrie radio shows
Yeah.
like fucking 15 years ago. And this is before I was waking. I had no idea what to think about. There was guys that live in the States in like southern states. And they're like, dude, I'm on my farm and my farm opens up. And there's a
Huh?
huge spaceship that comes out, USS something, and it's a huge triangle ship, and then it
Yeah.
cloaks, and then it shoots off into space. And this guy's like, has no reason to lie, and he's just calling in, reporting this. And this has been
Right.
reported for the last 50 years. And then the government finally came up with the TR3B, where it's the first
Yeah.
patent. Um,
TR3Bs.
yeah, and that's the black triangle that everyone's been seeing for the last
Mm-hmm.
50 years, reporting as a
Yeah, of
UFO.
course.
Most of the UFOs are actually just secret space program ships of the world space program. So
Correct. Yeah. So I when I run into news like that online, I'm like, oh yeah, I already knew about that. Oh, they're talking
I
about
started to try
this.
doing this because you're like me. Start watching older movies that we used to watch as kids, like
Oh
sci-fi
yeah.
movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll start seeing a lot more full disclosure in there. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, holy fuck! Like I didn't even notice that as a kid, but it's right there.
Yeah, you know what? I have such a hard time watching TV anymore. I don't have the focus for
I don't
TV
watch
or
TV.
movies.
I watch science. I watch fantasy movies. Like I rewatched Game of Thrones during COVID.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
cool.
because it makes me. It's such a different because like all these movies or TV shows are based on some truth. So these are other
Right.
realities that people are experiencing, bringing it into our dimension with human
Yeah.
authors. So
Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. It was, and you know what? I always, for some reason, I'm always team with the bad guys. So I love the Lannisters in Star Wars. I always like, the dark
I
side.
love the dark sides. Yeah, because I
Yeah, I
get
don't
it.
know
And
what
there's
it
also
is.
perception, because
Yes,
or higher dimension means we know that perception of right and wrong is not even a real thing. Good and bad
right.
doesn't exist. It's just a perception to who bad it is or who good it is too, right? So like I'm not
Yes,
talking about like Darth Vader. He turned dark because he lost the love of his life. Anyone would. If I lost my wife,
of
I would turn
course.
dark. Of course. Like
Yeah,
most bad things are because that person was severely screwed over, like
for
in
sure.
any situation. And they're like, oh, he's bad because he acted out on his emotions. Well, in the higher dimensions, their emotions are so tame and so low that we actually, like, my message to humans are, use logic instead of emotions. Don't ever base the
Hmm.
decisions on emotion. Always use logic because you'll have a better outcome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I tell people that I'm like, you know what? Anakin was not loved. He needed that love, and that's why he
Oh,
turned to the
that's
dark
all it
side.
was. You put love into that key ingredient
Hmm.
of his life existence, he would be a totally different person.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I love Cersei Lannister. I use her all the time as an example. I'm like, I used to see this bad, evil person, but she had a fight for love in her for her dad. It
Yeah.
was always either about love or a lack of love. And so I take that as a lesson with everything in life, is that you either come from a place of love or a lack of love. And once we figure that out on this planet, things will start to change. So
Yeah,
I'm
look at
hoping,
Tyrion Lannister. He said to his brother the last time he saw him, like, "You're the only one that showed me love as a child. Without you, I'd never have made it." Can you
yeah,
imagine what he would have been like if his brother never showed him love, where he would have turned out to be, right? And then
exactly.
see, the queen, she was haunted since she was a child when she saw that witch that told her all her
Yeah,
kids would die,
yeah, of
right?
course.
So right there, her whole entire life she lived in fear of this witch putting this implanting this thought in her mind, which eventually turned into her reality, right? So
Yeah,
if she
hey,
would have never met that witch, she would have never had that thought in her mind where leaded all I'm trying to talk about is all, because I do it with humans. It's called imp, inputting suggestions in their head for possible future outcomes. So I'll put thoughts in their head, and I know they'll go home and obsess about what I said because there's some truth to it, and then they'll eventually turn that into their own reality because they believed in the universe is bringing it to them, right?
yeah.
What is it called? Suggestive thought therapy.
Yeah, suggestive thought. I mean, you
It
do it a lot
works. Oh,
in
humans get full.
hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing, but it's that fear. And it's funny with Tyrion Lannister or with Anakin. I mean, you think about like all the messages, it's all fear is the path to the dark side. So,
Mhm.
you know, what are we doing?
And people that
There's
lose their loved ones will do anything to get them back.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah,
make them bad. It's just they're fighting with their own heartbreak, right? So
it is.
love is the
It's
strongest and most, that message of both those movies. Love is the strongest, most powerful feeling in the universe that can overcome anything. That can make you do anything
mhm.
bad and make you do anything good.
Yeah, but like you said, we need to use some more logic instead of emotion,
Yeah,
because that makes a big difference. People see
yeah.
stuff on the surface, and I'm like, hang on a second, let's internalize this a little bit. What exactly is going on here?
Hmm.
Most people
So
don't want to think.
I want to talk about, because you're a lot like me. What happens? Where do you
Mhm.
usually go when you close your eyes and your body goes to sleep at night? Where do you take off to?
So usually just interdimensionally or above Earth, just kind of healing Earth. I think for me, because I am more of a healer type, emotional healer, it's like, okay, my meditation methods is more, where do we need more healing on this planet, and for who? So usually for me, it's animals. Last night I fell asleep in meditation. Just, we had our 4th of July celebrations, and there was a lot of fireworks. It was really loud. My dog was very nervous. My cat was inside, which she normally is outside. So I knew I was picking up so much nervous energy from animals that that's where I went. It's like, okay, let's bring some peace. Let's bring them some just um, I could feel just that energy. And I think that as an empath, you're just much more sensitive to that. And so usually for me, if I'm astral, it's probably animal planets. Look at your
Sorry,
cat.
sorry. There's another one.
I thought it was the same one.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah. The other one. There's actually one sleeping on my chair behind my back, so I'm like on the edge of my chair right
Yeah,
now.
I saw that.
I
Is
don't
this so?
disturb. I don't disturb her when she's on the chair.
No, of
She's my
course not.
co-host. No, yeah, I have so many, like when I interdimensional travel or multiverse travel. There's a
Yeah.
lot of animal planets I go to, and I'm just there to help them, and I ignore the
Yeah.
humans all the time because I really, like I said, I'm more pro animals than I am humans
Hmm.
here. There's actually a lot of aliens that come here, like especially water beings that will come into the
Hmm.
oceans and see what the humans are doing to the oceans and like start sinking ships and like retaliating, and like there's so many reports of like these um, gel like fish beings that are like attacking sailors and stuff that are killing
Oh,
shark
wow.
nets and stuff like that because they're just sick and tired of humans abusing the ecosystem here. So
Yeah. And you know what? When I wake up, I will have these like little flashes of like things that I saw, animals that I've never seen on Earth. And I have to quickly write them down before I forget it. And usually it's birds. So I don't know if I'm going to like bird planets with the avians. I don't know, but it's always birds. Birds
That's
with like
amazing.
long, colorful tails, feathers, and colors I've never seen.
Mine's
So,
cats. I see a lot of cats. Like
uh,
there was these giant white cats on this jungle-looking planet. Their fur looked like almost white crystals, and their eyes were bright blue. And there was like
my
a
God.
bunch of them, and they were telepathically talking to me in my head. Like they're like, "Oh, thanks for saving us, Ykarta," because I saved them from something. I don't know what the fuck I saved them from, but I saved them from
Yeah.
some slaughterhouse or something
Oh,
to
wow.
do with humans. And I made them like this kind of like protection island where I brought them all, and they're on this island. It's just cats only. And they had an ecosystem they could live off of. And like I projected like rainbow energy, protective energy, pyramid energy all around this island,
Mm-hmm.
so no one could ever fuck with them again. So, but I also created a new Earth. New Earth was created a while back, and I have access to it, and I've been sending so many spirit animals there, like dead bodies ascended, their spirits ascended to New Earth. It's a
Yeah.
New Earth is between dimensions, so it's out of phase. So
Yeah.
negative beings can't get to it. Only positive beings go in. And I've only sent a few humans there, but they're all vegans. And then there's a few
Yeah.
gray Jedi's that roam there to police it.
Mm.
And it's just a beautiful new Earth. It looks exactly like Earth, but just a little bit different. It's all
Yeah.
loving. None animals are all vegans there. They don't eat each other. It's just all peaceful, and the humans that are there like caretakers of nature, and they work with nature as one. And there's only a few I've sent there so far, but there's a few other ones I'm looking at. So
That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get there. I can we have that now?
well, it's that's where the good humans will go, like, but they're all
Yeah.
going to be like, the mandatory mandate is vegans, and there's it's going to be based on soul energy. Like they have to be truly a good person from deep down,
Yeah.
like grow their hearts, like to even get through the soul net there. Like you have to be a certain type of vibration to even get in. So
Yeah, when I stopped eating animals, it made such a huge difference. So I'm also going on 3 years of being full-time vegetarian. I do eat a lot of vegan. There's days when it's totally vegan, but for sure vegetarian. And, I just couldn't absorb that energy anymore of slaughtered animals. It was making me so
yeah,
physically
I'm
sick.
glad that you brought that topic up. A lot of when you consume animal meat, that's a negative
Hmm.
reaction, so you're consuming energy. So
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of people don't. A lot of people, our humans, are talking about New Earth and stuff. And I'm like, just let you know, New Earth is freedom of all slavery from all beings, every single being.
Hmm.
So there's no animal slaughterhouses, no more hunting, nothing. Like you're gonna have to go full vegan if you want New Earth. Then they throw in this. It's my God-given right to eat animals. God put animals on this
Hmm.
earth. This is what Christians say to me. God put our animals on this earth so I can hunt them and eat them. I'm
Yeah.
like, why would God give them emotions, feelings, families, everything? Why are
Yeah.
they more spiritually evolved than a human being is? Why are they
Right.
so much more compassionate than a human being is? Oh, and they're
Yeah.
like completely speechless. They don't even know what the fuck to say to something like that. I'm like, yeah, I know your
Yeah.
God is a reptilian, bud. Reptilians wrote the Bible, not actual source.
Yeah. I can't have those
Religion,
conversations anymore.
oh, they get me so far because religion is based on serving a higher power, or which is a reptilian ego thing. The only beings that ever
Right.
want you to serve them are reptilians. That's egotistical. That's why the Vatican has all these new pictures of their church has the reptilian snake, and there's a big statue of the reptilian coming out of hell, and like the Pope is standing in front of it, and yeah,
Yeah,
they
I've
worship
seen that.
reptilians.
It's creepy.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, source beings are light beings, and they don't want you to serve them or to pray to them or worship them at all. They just want to keep you good.
Yeah.
A
I
true source being knows that we're all equal, we're all from source, and we're all
hmm.
the same, but we're just a little more awakened than the rest. That's it. We're just teachers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that was made really clear to me during my session with Alba Weinman. And after that, it's like that light switch goes off, and you don't see the world the same anymore after that.
So the Matrix, take the blue pill or the red pill.
Yes, I know.
That's what I always tell my human friends. Because since I've been doing this show, I've had a lot of people. Because my name is the Lonely Draco because I feel so alone where I'm in Vancouver, Canada, and
Yeah.
I need to attract. I'm peacocking my energy, so I'm attracting
Mhm.
like-minded people because I'm fully awakened now, and I can't resonate with human. I have human friends that I play hockey with, and I love them. But
Mhm.
like, I need someone that I can intellectually talk to and share with close by,
Yeah.
because that doesn't, that will, you know, keep me alive up here. And so since I've been doing this show, like I've had so many human friends just asking questions. That's all. It just started a conversation about it. And just like the
Mhm.
biggest thing is the and Prince Andrew being investigated for child pedophilia, Ellen DeGeneres being investigated for or being arrested for child pedophilia.
Mhm.
Like all those people going down. Like Ellen DeGeneres did a TV show I watched the other day. There were sheriffs in the back of her webcam show sitting there watching her what she's doing, she's under house arrest, and you can tell her
Mhm.
energy is not the same. Like she's so
Yeah.
under distress. Like she's just been told to keep up appearances until she goes to jail before all these videos of confessions come out in September.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know. And I live in Southern California. Hollywood is in our backyard, and I see this clear as day. And I've known about these things for a while now. And a lot of my friends are so obsessed with like celebrities and Hollywood and all this and that. And in my mind, I'm just like, man, you guys are gonna be in for a rude awakening when all
you
this
and me
shit
are
goes down.
twins, dude. Oh, I wish we lived closer. You and me could talk for days. Like, we have the same
I
views. Like
know.
celebrityism is a reptilian thing. That's all it
Yeah.
is. I
Yeah.
see that. People are obsessed with Kanye. Look, Kanye West just announced running for president. I'm like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
like that's their last play. The reason why they picked Kanye West to run against Trump is because Black Lives Matter riot just happened and he's black. So everyone's
Hmm.
like, let's get a black man in there again. And then he's super famous, right? So
Yeah.
like, come on, Trump is going to win the next election. He needs to stay in there. Just give him 4 more years. He's just been fighting 2 years of hell with this stupid fake Russia thing. Like, he's
Yeah.
doing good, and I bet you he will go down as the best president that's ever lived, because when the tribunals and the videos come out in September where he took all these pedophiles down, you're going to want him in office to keep this going, because this doesn't take 4 years. This is going to be like a 20-year thing.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much just
And he
nonsense going on in this country.
Yeah, and he announced Space Force. He got rid of the North Korean War day one, our first couple months of being president. Like, he's all
Yeah.
about anti-war. Like, he
But
doesn't want it, and he wants good relations with Russia. Russia wants good relations with us. They just want us to
mhm.
clean out our house. And he always pits on his Twitter, and I read it all the time. But like, oh, the swamp's deep. I didn't know it was this deep, but we're draining the swamp. He continuously
Oh,
sends
yeah.
messages to the American public that he's doing this. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
I know.
Hillary's second trial is coming up here, where she's going to jail for deleting those emails about being a pedophile, right? So
Right. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that I can't ever talk to people about, especially living in California that is very liberal and very, just Democratic Party dominated. And, I just watch. I'm just kind of observing, and I'm like, man, we're really going to have to transmute a lot of just energy once all that shit goes down, because people are going to flip. It's
yeah,
like
but
everything.
it's I was off planet a year ago, and I was serving in the secret. I'm sorry, I am serving the secret space programs, and they pulled all the
Yeah.
star seeds into a classroom with a huge viewing screen, and they
Uh-huh.
were asking about how full disclosure should go down and the trickle effect. So some of the
Mhm.
videos were like alien invasion, so we all become united under one banner, like a fake
Right.
alien invasion. The other
Yeah.
one was a suggestion that me and my team came up with was everyone that is famous, well known, that did severe bad crimes against humanity, make them do a confession video, but then
Mhm.
also play that confession video on all screens, laptops, computers, all TVs, everywhere at once.
Oh my
So
God.
no one can say they didn't see it, right? And
Right.
that's what I hear. That's what I'm hearing from the higher ups, is that it's
Mm.
3 8-hour videos of confessions plus a complete history timeline of how we were created by the Anunnaki, our history of losing World War II to the Nazis, how we joined the Nazis
Right.
in 1952 to build the secret space programs, blah blah
Mm.
blah. Like, completely, and it's going to continuously play for weeks on end, so you don't miss it. So you can keep reading it, learning it. But that's what also COVID was invented for, was to make sure everyone
Mhm.
stays home, kind of, everyone's closer to family, because this is going to be a topic of discussion. They don't want you, and then also they wanted to break the wheel. Everyone stopped being the rat race. Was so focused on the American dream, and they're always
Right.
going to work and distracted. So
Mm. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't watch the news, or I'm telling you, I really stopped watching TV a lot. So a lot of the things that I hear, it's like I already knew all this, all of this stuff that's happening. I knew that it was coming, or just being so intuitive, you kind of already know why COVID was even a thing, why it's still going, why they keep covering up the numbers, what's really happening, and it's like, it's so frustrating.
well,
Like,
there's so
can we
many
just,
people in this. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm so tired of them lying to us because they're clearly covering up more stuff and buying time to try and figure out how they're going to weasel their way out of it again. And it's like, no, just stop. I just tell us the truth already.
Yeah, that's it's just like with me being an alien and living here,
Mm,
it's so like me. I have a hard time with like a few things. Like human dating is one. Number two is humans prefer to live in a lie than the truth, which is
yeah,
absurd to me. I have no idea how that's even a fucking thing.
yeah.
And like you'll sit there and try to wake a human up and you'll give them their awakening, then they'll be so fucking frightened. They're like, I don't want to, I like the Matrix better because it's just like the movie The Matrix. Like
Yeah,
the guy's like, if you take the red pill, there's no going back. You're gonna be awakened. You're gonna see the world for what it really is, and
right.
you're gonna see the slice of. But if you take the blue pill, this conversation never happened. You're back in the Matrix, and you're back to
Yeah,
familiarity. And it's just like, and a lot of people will take that blue pill. They'll fight to keep it. They will fight to keep that blue pill.
that's crazy, but it's true.
But that's what that's what we have a hard time understanding. Like the truth is so much more beautiful, so much more grand. The also thing in the SSP they're having a problem with is the religious people. Like how are they going to deal with the truth that, hey, religion was a lie for the last 3,000 years. That was just a reptilian thing. Like we were created by aliens, but our soul does come from source, and we actually are all
Hmm.
gods of creation. We all create our own
Right.
realities with
Hmm.
thought and consciousness. And they're a lot of them are gonna fight. Oh, you're the Antichrist. We're gonna fight you back. Religious wars. But like, maybe that
Right.
needs to happen to get the truth out there, right? But like religious people religion was designed to slow mankind's spirituality and evolution down. So
Yeah, that's really tough. I mean, because I come from, a religious family, traditional Catholic. So that's been super crazy just trying to deal with, you know, dogma and just everything that you're taught within the church and things from source and, the whole spiritual reality of the starseed life. It's been really tough to just kind of coexist between those two
yeah,
learnings.
I have a friend that lives near me. Her name is Shanda Vale. She's an Arcturian, and she's going to come on the show when she feels comfortable. But I helped
Mm-hmm.
awaken her 8 years ago, and now she's currently dating a guy that is Muslim, and she's converted to Muslim. And then we had a phone conversation the other day where we did a video chat, and she was just telling me, I'm like, so how you doing the Muslim thing? Well,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, you're a star seed. And she's like, I know. She's like, I'm a star seed. I know what's truth and what's not, but free will choose to experience the Muslim life because I just want to
Yeah.
learn what it's all about, and the best way of learning is to live it. So, but she's like, that's
Mm-hmm.
my biggest struggle with my boyfriend is that I am a star seed. I can't ignore who I am and my teachings. So, yeah, we'll see how much longer that will last. So,
Yeah, that's challenging. Wow.
mm-hmm. So, is there any more experiences you want to talk about? We got 20 minutes left.
Well, let's see. I mean, just going back to the whole disclosure thing, you know, I feel like there's so much more disclosure happening and a lot more people coming into themselves as far as their own either light worker type of work that they're doing now. It's like a lot of people are waking up actually. And either they're waking up hard and fast or people are staying asleep and delusional really deeply, and there's nothing that's going to shake them.
Those people right there, I talked about that a few shows ago, is that those people probably need a few more lifetimes of incarnation
Yeah,
before they will wake up. And
yeah.
that's just their spiritual ascension. Some of us are on
Hmm.
our spiritual evolution 5 million or 20 million years further than they are. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
just who they are. And that was what I was trying to teach my friend Emily, who's an Arcturian starseed, and she's dating a Lyrian. They're just very far apart. They're a couple, but they're very far apart on their evolution
Hmm.
paths, and we have to show patience and understanding. Because like me with my
Yeah.
ex, I got super irritated. She was awakening, but she was doing it at such a slow pace. I'm like 20 billion years ahead of her, and it
Yeah.
was so hard for me to even like want to comprehend where she's at, because I'm like, come on, you
Hmm.
should know this stuff. Let's go, come on. Like I'm just like trying to
Uh,
speed up. You're too slow for me. You're too slow for me, because my mind works so much faster than a human does. That's what I can't do.
hmm.
Humans are so slow, even at communication. They're
Yeah.
just too slow for me to even be interested anymore. But I'm trying not to be offensive anymore, because whatever I say is
Hmm.
offensive to humans lately, because I'm speaking at such an evolved rate that
Right.
like the only they have to understand, I'm trying to translate six dimensional teachings into third dimensional teachings in the
Yeah.
English dictionary language, which is very
That's
hard.
hard.
So sometimes I have to use offensive words as like you're not as smart or you're slower, but like that's the only word for it. But I'm not, and my intention is not to be at all offensive. It's just to make
Right.
you understand. But they don't understand that,
Right.
so they get offended and they use their emotions, right? They go,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. I always use the analogy of like when I meet people like that, I'm like, okay, they're a kindergartner and I can't explain university calculus to them because they're not going to get it, you know? And
Mhm.
so I have to remember that with people. It's like I cannot have these kinds of conversations because it's going to get us nowhere.
And you know what I do with that? Some people will ask me, teach me those Starseed ways. And I'm like, in my mind, I already thought about it. And I'm like, I'm just going to pretend that I don't know anything because I don't want to get them offended and I'll just play dumb. So that's what I do. I'm like, no, I'm not a Starseed. Because some people I can read their energy. I'm like, there's no point in talking to them because it's going to be a straight negative fight and I don't want any negativity with this person. So I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
no, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, yeah, maybe I'll just like, it was just a thing I said, but I'm not really at that because I just played dumb because I don't want to start a conversation because I just know what it's going to turn into and I don't want a negative outcome reaction with this person.
Yeah, that's funny. I can foresee conversations very early into talking to somebody. I'm like, oh, this is where this is going to go. There's no point in even going here.
I love you so much. You and me are
Yeah,
so much
there's
alike.
there's no point. It is, it's true.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God. Yeah.
but patience is definitely key. It's like I know I'm learning patience in this lifetime. Patience and listening. That's my mission.
Oh yeah.
My
I've
yeah.
been more patient with people to the point where I just tell them watch Starseed Talk. There's 13 episodes now. Start from the beginning, right? And I don't have to, because once you watch all them, most of your questions are answered. Most of your questions are answered anyway. So.
Yeah, and if they can get to that the first episode on your channel, it's like mind blowing. He's so young,
Oh,
but it's
I love
incredible.
Renee. He's the one that actually got me to do this.
Oh wow.
And because we were doing so many Instagram live shows, but they don't save. And we're
Oh
getting so
okay.
many people asking questions. I'm like, we need a platform where it saves shit. So I'm gonna bring him back on the
Yeah.
show because he's so good. He like I'm a draconian and he schools my ass. Like I said that earlier. Like I look up to him and I don't look up to a lot of stars. Like me, like
Yeah.
you, I call you me or par for sure. And it's very hard to
Yeah.
find someone that's par with me. And a
Mhm.
lot of starseeds I talk to are very beginners, which is still good. I love them all, but
Yeah.
like it's nice to have a conversation on a par level too sometimes.
Yeah, when I started listening to your videos, I was like, "Oh, cool, that's just like me." I could tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that that's why we're so spread out throughout the world because we have to be. You
Yeah,
know,
there's
if we were
different types of
all in the same
teachers. Yeah.
place, there's no way.
Yeah. And there's different levels of teachers. Like you and me are very, like, say, level 50 teachers. Like we're very
Mhm.
middle level. I met very hard teachers that are like us. They're just so fucking spiritually evolved that I'm having, but I understand that, but it's like hard for me to keep up. But then there's like lower dimensional teachers that are star seeds, but they're just there to teach the basics. You know, that's just all they
Mhm.
do. And that's
Yeah.
still something, right? There's all
Yeah.
types of teachers here.
Yes. And I have friends that are like that are just beginning, and it's kind of cool to watch and then talk to them a year or two later and you see their progress and it's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of them," you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like people. I give them the talk. I call them the spirituality talk, or I lay them on the couch and I
Huh?
align all their chakras and I hop into
Yeah.
their mind. They see me in their mind, and I show them their light body, all their energy chakras lighten up, and which color they see in their mind is the chakra that needs work on, and we work on it.
Yeah.
We energy release it, unblock
Right.
it, and then we open the portal in their mind, and I'm like, I'll hold your hand, let's jump through. And then some of them get too scared, like I don't want to jump through that portal because I'm not ready to awaken. And
Oh my God.
some of us do jump through. We jump through together, like me and Yvette jump through together, and
Yeah.
we end up in this grass plane, and we're there laying on the sitting on the grass playing. I'm like, what does this mean to you? She's like, this represents loneliness. I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
because she feels alone here. She's like, let's manifest something, some good things that come to you on this incarnation on Earth. And then this being comes up to her, and it's a mirror reflection of herself, but it's like a leopard print fairy being with fairy wings and kind of a vampire looking face, black
Oh,
hair,
wow.
a tail with a fluffy on it, and it's her. It's her mirror reflection of her higher self. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what she looks like. And then she
Wow.
like, yeah, she was just blown away. Then we manifested starseed friends to come to her because she's 19 years old, and she is so fed up with her human friends. She says she just can't even communicate with them anymore. She just doesn't even
Yeah.
want to try. She hates pretending to be human, and she feels like she's being attacked by all the negative energies of them. So I'm trying to teach her to build defensive, deflective energy shields, which I use a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
against negative beings. And yeah, like I always tell her, she can always contact me because she's been awakened for a long time. She saw me do my Instagram shows, and she just reached out. So
Cool. Yeah, and I think that that's all we can do is just kind of spread our message, let people see, and that's been kind of tough for me just to be visible within my own family and friends. Like, they know me for who I am, but they don't know me for like how I'm being with you, you
yeah, I
know,
probably know you better than your own family does because you're just
yeah.
like me.
Yes, and so that's been kind of tough, like really disclosing your true self because it's weird. They would think like she's freaking weird.
Yeah, my mom,
So,
I had a conversation with her. So my mom was so
oh, did I lose your audio? Hello?
okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, there you are. Yeah, I
Oh,
lost you there
sorry.
for a second.
Somebody called me. Sorry about that. So, anyways,
Okay.
we had got 10 minutes and I go.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mom, it was so asleep, and I sat her down. I was like, Mom, you're my Earth mother, and she got so offended. I'm your only mom. I'm like, I'm not trying to be offensive, Mom. You're my Earth mom because I free will chose you. I'm so and so from the Draco system. She's like, what?
Oh
What the
my
hell are you talking
God.
about? Mom, I'm just trying to tell you something positive, but you're taking a negative reaction, and I apologize.
Yeah.
You're the greatest Earth mother I've ever had, and I thank you for everything you ever did. Without you, I'd never survive this world. Blah blah. After I
Right.
had the conversation with her,
Yeah.
a month later, she has her awakening.
Oh my
She has
God.
a spirituality room with singing bowls, sage, crystals everywhere. She sits me
Right.
down. We meditate. My mom's fucking meditating
Oh my
with
God.
me. And we're meditating together. And she tells me about her past life as a Knight Templar. She tells me her fucking name in a past
Oh,
life. I'm like,
wow.
oh, love it. My human mother is having her awakening. And then my
That's cool.
stepdad is actually the reason why he's so loving and peaceful and never a bad energy in this lifetime is because he was a Buddhist monk in his past life. He remembers his past lives, and
Oh my God.
it's his job in this lifetime to help my mom ascend because mom has so much past negativity in her. So we all meet for a reason. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we do. And I can usually tell within a few minutes of meeting somebody, like how they are connected to me, either in a past life or how I'm supposed to help them here in this lifetime. So that's always really cool just to discover new connections.
yeah, my human brother, we have no relations at all, no similarities at all, and I
Mm,
just send all the love to. I try to talk to him. He just blows me off. Like we have nothing in common. And
mm-hmm.
I just wish he has his spiritual awakening soon because he needs one, and I think he's struggling with his humanity. And all the ascended masters listening, I just send all the energy to that kid because he needs help. He needs his spiritual awakening so he grows his heart. Because I want a relationship with my Earth brother before this incarnation is over with.
Yeah.
So I hope it gets going. But let's so before we go, do you have any
Mhm.
messages or any words you want to say to humanity or starseeds?
I would just say to keep going, be open in your mind and your heart to things that might sound weird because they might resonate with you, whether it's, 2 months from now or 2 years from now. Just keep that little seed growing and, eventually it's going to come to you. Like why you're here, you will wake up and you will see something. So
Mm-hmm.
just to keep hope.
That's a good one. Hope is very powerful. Don't give up.
Hmm.
Star seeds, don't give up. I almost gave up, and I have a message for all of you. You have to incarnate and do it all over again because your mission has to be completed. And remember,
Yeah.
90-year lifetime on Earth is just a blink of existence for your actual true existence. We've
Yeah,
been alive
that's
for millions and billions of years. What is 90 years? It's nothing. It's just you blink your eyes and it's over. Like that
mhm.
is life here. Life is so short here. Most incarnations I'm at last thousands of years. This is just 90 years. So enjoy it. Enjoy the beautiful things. Don't do what I did. A lot of starseeds contact me. Oh, I hate it here. I want to die. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back home. Don't. I experienced and I went through that. Like look around. The third and fourth dimension are beautiful places. I've been to the fifth and sixth dimension. They're very boring because there's no independency. It's just no physicality. You miss food,
Mhm.
animals,
Mhm.
sex, all the good things, good music, interactions, feeling touch,
Yeah.
pain, happiness, sad,
Mhm.
sickness, death. Death isn't a good experience. Death is just a human thing. It's not even a real thing. And just enjoy it. Even enjoy time. Enjoy nature. Just enjoy your
Yeah.
time here. Like if you're
Mhm.
feeling very negative, it's because it's your input. What you're inputting into yourself is what you're experiencing. So limit it, minimize it, get off social media, get rid of negative friends, only attract
Mhm.
positivity. If you be friends with animals, that's all it takes. They will get you through it. They really will. Without my cats, I would never be here. So
Yeah, those are really, really great things. And for sure, being out in nature helps a lot. I need a lot of grounding because I feel like I'm always floating, like in my
yeah,
mind, I'm always somewhere else. I'm spaced out all the time because I'm busy.
I go for ground walks all the time. I take my shoes off and ground. You need
Mm-hmm.
to do it. Stone up, wear some stone jewelry. Fucking get out there, meditate, meditate, and get rid of that negativity out.
Mm-hmm.
Project the energy shield around you before you walk out your house, so none of that negativity will hit on you. Someone's being negative, be like, back that shit up, man. Get that negativity. I don't care. I don't care if you had a bad day. Get that shit out of here. I don't need to hear
Yeah.
that shit because that's just gonna be in my mind, and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
project that shit. If your girlfriend or your husband wants to vent, get out of here. My ex was too negative for me. Get out of here, right? I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want that shit around me anymore.
Yeah, that helps a lot. It's just being in a good positive mindset, being in a good surrounding, but meditation helps a lot. I know I was not a big person that meditates, but I do. And I don't know, people will say, "Oh, it's like prayer." It's similar, but it's not.
No, not at all.
Meditation is so much, it helps to clear your mind a lot, and that helps.
But there are let's there's a lot of people say like, oh, I need to meditate, so I need to meditate. There's so many different forms of meditation I need to teach
Yeah,
you. Daydreaming is a big form of meditation. That's
yeah.
huge.
Hmm.
Sleeping and astral projecting as you're sleeping, which is more advanced, is also meditation.
Yeah.
Then there's basic meditation where you're doing it like the Buddha does and you're sitting there. And a lot of people,
Mm,
you don't have to sit like that. I hate sitting like that for meditation. I just lay down in my bed.
yeah.
And the best meditation I've ever had for beginners to help me is go on YouTube and do guided meditation. Get another voice
Hmm.
telling you what to do. Because
Yeah.
if I try to meditate on my own, my mind wanders too many dimensions at once.
Yeah.
But my buddy James Rink will call me he's in somewhere in South Georgia or something, and he'll guide meditate me because I will listen to him and he
Yeah.
focuses my energy. And I need
Yeah.
that. And I'm super evolved, but I need guided meditation or else
Me
it doesn't work.
too. I
Yeah.
know. I need a guided meditation. And sometimes I'll just do a 5-minute walking guided meditation, and that helps so much.
Yeah, the
Just,
best ones, the ones I like to do is go lay in a park on a sunny day by yourself on a blanket, put on some
mm,
meditation music in your
mhm,
headphones, and close your eyes and just lay there, control your breathing, relax, go in your mind, think there's hands in your mind, push out all the thoughts in your mind till there's pure bliss of white energy. Just lay there and then watch this. Don't even think. There'll be images flashing in your mind of people's
mhm.
faces you never saw in this lifetime, and then feel those energies, go with them. Those are past contactees or aliens or other people from other dimensions trying to contact you. It's
Right.
amazing. If humans, the reason why your world is so distracting is to keep your mind distracted. But if you actually
Yeah.
calm the mind down, you can actually listen to the universe, hear it. Other
Yeah.
beings will contact you. It's also his diet too. Diet's a huge fucking thing. And
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah,
keep
of
preaching
course.
this. Get off fucking fluoride water, get on distilled water only, and eat
Yeah.
pink Himalayan salt like it's going out of style. When I
Yeah.
was off planets, they give me fucking salt water in a glass and chug it when I'm off planet because it enhances my psychic abilities. Your body needs so much salt water in its system to astral project or to leave its body. It's not even funny. So lots of water in your diet. Get off fast food and artificial sugar. Look at fast food as
Yeah.
cancer, cancer. Artificial sugar, cancer, cancer. You just
Mhm.
it's get off of it. Fluoride, cancer. Don't if it's not organic, if it's not real, don't eat it. That just live by that
Exactly.
law.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
know it made a big difference when I got stopped drinking soda, you know, fluoride, everything. It's a
Yeah.
huge thing.
I completely changed my diet. My body was actually evolving to a point that it threw me in the hospital. I had such food allergies to wheat, artificial sugar, MSG, fast foods, food coloring,
Oh
like
my God.
just yeah. So if I eat it, I'll actually end up in the hospital. I can't breathe. It's so bad. I have to walk around with the EpiPen. And now I've been
Yeah.
so clean off all
Mm-hmm.
these shitty fucking food, GMO food, even preserve. I can't even have preservatives or pesticides, anything in my food because my body just gets so itchy and hived out, and I can't breathe. My whole throat closes up. I
Right.
puke up mucus. It's really bad,
Yeah.
and my body is just trying to evolve too. So like it's pushing
Mm-hmm.
these toxins out of my system because now I need to become the teacher and lead by example. So
Exactly. That was me 3 years ago. It's like, what happened to me? I could not eat a lot of stuff. It was making me so sick.
that was me March
So,
23rd. I
oh my
changed March
God.
23rd midnight. Yeah. And I haven't
Wow.
ate a bad thing since March 23rd. My body, I ended up in the hospital. My body's just like, but the body goes like this: fuck you. If you're not going to evolve, I will evolve for you and you'll follow in suit. And the doctor had to sit me, my parents down and be like, you need to be one with your body. It was like a spiritual master talking through this doctor. You need to be mind, body, and spirit as one. Listen to your
Wow.
body. Your body is designed to help you evolve and change. And March
Yeah.
23rd, fast food, fuck you. Artificial food, fuck you. Food coloring, get the fuck
Right.
out of here. I was used to be the biggest pop junkie on the planet, soda pop.
Yeah.
I haven't even touched it. I look at it, I'm just like allergies. I'm glad I had that epileptic shock where I was sent in the ambulance and had EpiPen because I couldn't breathe, and that was the worst feeling for 5 hours. And that I had to get scared to get off this stuff because it was killing me. It was killing
Yeah.
me inside, and my doctor's like, "You're gonna die if you don't listen to your allergies." So
Yikes. Well,
yeah. But
I'm glad that
anyways,
you're a lot better.
yeah, I will love to talk to you again. You're super smart and advanced, and I like people like you. So
Thank you
um,
so much. Yeah, I would
yeah,
love that.
all the love in the world, and I'll post this on in about 30 minutes. And thanks
All
for coming on the
right.
show.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.